Hello flight simmers, welcome back. We are once again in the PMDG 777 doing another pretty crazy long haul, and today we are in the 777-200LR, which is the long range version of the 777, and yeah, I think we've never had it on the channel before, so after this flight we will have covered the entire 777 lineup basically. Although this one, in terms of performance, it's actually quite similar to the cargo version of the 777, which is based on the 200LR. So it's not that different, I think, in terms of flying. We will probably not notice any difference compared to the cargo version, but nevertheless, kind of cool to finish up the lineup, and then we have everything on the channel. And yeah, airline of choice today you can see is Emirates. And the routing today will be from Seattle over to Dubai, which is a pretty long flight. So estimated flight time today 13 hours and 44 minutes. That's pretty crazy. And in fact the routing is also super interesting. So here on SimBrief we can see that the routing is really, yeah, it's almost across the North Pole. Not quite, unfortunately, so still staying a little bit south of the North Pole, but pretty close. And then yeah, we will come in over Norway, or maybe even Finland. No, I think it's first Norway and then into Finland, and yeah, then passing Northern Europe. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And also, since it is a very long flight, let's have a very quick look at the weather. So here in Seattle it looks very nice, as we can see around. Yeah, almost beautiful weather, just a couple of clouds. I think currently the winds are coming from the east, so AI traffic is heading out for runway 16 left, which we will then also likely take, departing towards the south. But weather is very nice. And then over at Dubai it's a bit interesting, to be honest. So right now, at this point in time, it's quite okay, clear skies. But going ahead into the 18th, which is the date where we will be arriving, there is thunderstorms and rain, and also blowing dust. That's something new, which I've never seen on the weather forecast before. But apparently, yeah, weather in Dubai not so great tomorrow, and also visibility of only 1,500 meters, which is very low. So we will see how it is when we get there. That's still 14 hours from now. So let's see when we get there, but quite interesting nevertheless. Yes, so let's head inside the flight deck before GSX is all done with the job, and start to prepare. Yeah, so here we are, just noticing that facing this direction FPS are really bad, and I think that's due to the scenery and all the Seattle downtown being in this direction. As soon as we move around, back here it's okay, so FPS are getting smoother. So that's only a matter for now, but not for later, I hope. Yeah, right, route is loaded in. Let's go to the performance. Reserves 7.2. First we have to accept it anyway, I think, like this. 0 fuel weight. Yeah, we are quite heavy. I think I haven't mentioned it. Well, of course we are quite heavy on this kind of long flight, but I've only put in a little bit of passengers, around 80. I still think that these kind of flights are operated rather empty, but we have slightly more than 30 tons of payload in terms of cargo, and that's quite a lot. So basically an Emirates cargo flight today. And so on 0 fuel weight we are not quite maxed out, about 10 tons shy, and takeoff weight about 30, yeah, around 30 tons shy. So still a bit of headroom in this very performed aircraft. Right, checking out this can basically stay as it is. Flight level 310 initially makes sense. And VNAV, of course, 18,000 departing out of the US. And now it depends on which runway is active, yeah, and it's still the 16, so let's plan for 16 left, and in this case we will head for the Mountain 1 departure. Departure routes are quite fun here in Seattle. I will show you here. So that's the Mountain 1, and now we will be departing towards the south, where we just fly on to waypoint Nichi, where we want to be above 3000, left-hand turn onto heading 071, and then we will vector ourselves to the first waypoint, which will be somewhere up here. So this might be a pretty scenic departure out of Seattle today, if we are lucky. Right, so that's done, that's done. Let's load in the wind data, and then also go ahead with the performance. 16 left, conditions are dry, and currently we have winds 270 at 6. So that's pure crosswind, 21 degrees, that's looking good. Takeoff, flap optimum, aircon, PAX auto, and this is also an auto. Takeoff weight, weight and balance, read from aircraft. Let's have a look. So 0 fuel weight, yeah, a bit of headroom, and in terms of total takeoff weight, quite a bit of headroom. It's crazy, even on such a long flight. And apparently our landing weight is too high, which is interesting. Okay, takeoff 313.6. So going back 313,600, like that, and then we can calculate. Yeah, I will close the door, of course. I think we can close all. Right, so flap 5, as pretty much always, and select the temperature 46. Speeds fairly high, 174 for rotation, getting a bit of ATC here. Switch this around. Okay, so well, wind is in there, 14.1 is planned for arrival, that's plenty. And then we have thrust limits, 46. Oh, that's even a climb 1, interesting. So that's 95.3, 95.2, close enough. Flaps 5. And this will be 169, 74, 76, looking perfect. Right, okay, initial heading for the departure is 161, I believe. No, heading 165. 165 goes in here. And yeah, we are flying offline today, so altitude is not really an issue, and I think it is also, yeah, top altitude assigned by ATC, so let's make it easy for us today. All the way 310. Cool. Let's make sure the APU is running. It is already. That's convenient. Right, so this is completed, so that's looking good. Arming all the doors. Let's make sure jetway is disconnected. Yeah, that's working. And then let's set up, and then we are almost out of here. Fuel pumps are coming on, beacons, seat belts. Oh, I should have done the right one first, sorry. That's not the correct procedure, but I think in the PMDG it does not affect the hydraulic system itself, so we will be fine. Right, jetway, tuck is coming in. So, flight deck door closed and locked. MTCP, we have done that. Takeoff speeds, we have done those as well. Zero pre-flight is completed. Trim. Centered 0 units should be, yes. And taxi takeoff briefing, sort of. That's okay. Right, and in terms of times, so departure time is 5:15 p.m. Now it's 5:19 p.m. local time, so a few minutes late. And then I think we will get to Dubai around 6 p.m. local time, so I think that's still daytime and not too much into a sunset, unfortunately, but we will see, of course, when we get there. Alright, and there we go, pushing back, and yeah, I think it's time to fire up those beautiful engines. So, starting number 2. Alright, number 2 is running, firing up number 1. And I was just thinking to myself, that must be quite scary working down there, either as a pushback driver or maybe the marshaller himself. There he is, facing these huge engines, and then they are firing up and just a couple of meters away from you. That must be quite scary, I imagine. Yeah, I've dialed up AI traffic a bit, since I think in the US traffic is almost back to pre-COVID levels. So yeah, I figured it's more realistic if we have a lot of at least local traffic in here. International traffic not so much, I imagine, but let's see if we might actually run into a bit of a traffic jam close to the runway. Okay, that's the starter cut out. And we have 2 good engine starts. Perfect. So, killing the APU. And then let's do the trim 6.25. So we need to trim it up. .25 should be right there, and let's bring up the flight control page. There it is, and also this goes to TA flaps 5, RTO, and flight controls: full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full left, and full right, neutral. Checklist: anti-ice, don't need that. Recall is checked, flight controls are on, ground equipment is clear, and before takeoff checklist, flaps 5. That's completed as well. Okay, so I think we are good to go. Taxi lights are coming on. Let's do it. Alright, we will do a right-hand turn on Bravo, and then just Bravo all the way down. And yeah, please ignore that taxi. Yeah, brakes are working. Taxiway signs on the taxiway. It's the Drzewiecki design scenery, and I know it's not the best. Also in terms of performance, not the best. So please excuse that for today. And oh yeah, there looks like quite a bit of traffic ahead of us. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hey guys, so we are getting there. Almost 20 minutes ago since we left the gate, but I was just noticing one more thing which we need to talk about. The departure route which I have decided we will take. We can actually not take this one. It requires a minimum climb performance, which according to our FMC we don't have today. So at Nichi we need to be above 3000, but here it says 2469. So this will not be possible, unfortunately. So we will have to switch around to the Seattle 7 departure, and that's just straight ahead and waiting for vectors. So what we will do, we will take this one, climb to 3000, and whenever we get it, we will turn left. So now it will probably kill all my takeoff calculations. Takeoff speeds deleted. But we can leave it the same. I mean, the takeoff itself has not changed, so we should be good. And now, yeah, just only 2 aircrafts in front of us. Should not take too long from now on. Ooh, interesting. Virgin 787 over here at the cargo apron. That's interesting. Right, okay, so initial heading should stay the same. 165. 165 is set. And on Seattle radial 161. Let's see. Seattle is set. That's looking good. So what we can also do, we can put in the fix page. Seattle radial 161. Now is it bearing or radial? Oh, that should be the radial, heading off to the south. Yeah. All right. He's speeding up. Now we are getting there. Perfect. So traffic. Let's go terrain to keep an eye out for these mountains off to the east. And here traffic and weather. Right. Alright, he's going off. Perfect timing, so we can go on to the runway. And landing lights, strobes. That's looking good. Ooh, and now there are some aircraft waiting to cross the runway, and that's gonna be interesting. I'm not sure if they are waiting for us, since we are not a part of the AI traffic or the ATC going on, if that makes sense. So the question is he moving?
On runway.
He is, right?
16 left.
Okay, let's be on the safe side and wait until he has crossed the runway. I don't want to run into him on the takeoff run. Okay, now he is waiting for us. I've quickly talked to ATC, to the standard P3D ATC. Haven't done that in a while, and we are cleared for takeoff. So good to rock and roll. Power comes up to 50%. Power established. Takeoff. Thrust set. Toga. Beautiful engine sound. Timer. Nice. Yeah, FPS are not too great here at Seattle. Sorry about that. It will certainly be better over at Dubai. It's really shaky. Rotate.
V2.
And we're airborne. Ooh, that was a fair bit of the runway we used here. Gears coming up. stunning, beautiful aircraft. Okay, that's climb power. And flaps 1. So I think we could have made the other departure if we would have adjusted the acceleration high a bit past 3000, and then I think we would have been fine. But okay, we are doing good. So let's stay in manual flight for a second, since I kind of want to do this left-hand turn manually. Right, that's 3000. Okay, so off we go. Let's stay at these 250 knots for a bit until we've completed the turn. Let's level out. Why is there an aircraft to the left of us? Dude, that's my departure routing. Okay, that's slightly annoying. Okay, let's put on the autopilot now. Yeah, I kind of want to turn to the left, but he's also below us and he's climbing, so that's gonna be a close call. Yeah, there he is. Oh, that's pretty annoying. I was hoping for this beautiful departure over Seattle. Let's see where our first waypoint is. Yeah, interesting. Can we see what he's doing? Oh, he's continuing straight ahead. Okay, first of all, let's clean up, so flaps up. That's getting close here. Aircraft is putting in some safety margin. Okay, if we do left-hand turn now, then we should settle in behind him. And that will be okay, I guess. Right, coming up to 10,000, so the landing lights are coming off. And then let's complete the after takeoff checklist. All green, checklist completed. Now we should see him up front somewhere. There he is. Okay, and then... yeah, that's looking good now. That's looking very good, and then we can simply continue to the first waypoint, LNAV. And that will sort itself out, yeah. That's okay. Alright, so... that's that for the departure. I was hoping for a little bit of a better view down on Seattle, but unfortunately not this time. And now we are off on a very, very long cruise. and I will meet you guys back in around 13 hours from now. So enjoy, and see you over in Dubai. So, welcome back everyone. We are finally getting closer to Dubai, and there is the beautiful skyline coming up. The impressive, impressive buildings down there in Dubai. There's the world, down there's the palm. Stunning, stunning stuff. And 13 hours, 28 minutes into the flight right now. So pretty long cruise, and also something which I've completely forgot to mention back in Seattle is that we were flying eastbound and basically crossing a night, but during the flight we had daylight all the time, and that's of course due to flying close to the North Pole, and now during summertime it is, or during July time, it is summer up there, so sun is always up, and yeah, that's quite fancy. I mean, crossing a night, flying further south, this would have been a full night flight, but now we just made it a full day flight, which is kind of impressive. Don't get that too often. Right, and just checking, coming into Pilot, where we actually want to be 210 knots. Not quite sure why the aircraft has decided to ignore that one. Maybe it will come down in just a second. Maybe we can help it by going flaps 1. Okay, and there it is. Yes, and luckily the weather here in Dubai is not as bad as we have expected. So if you remember, there were these kind of dusting sandstorms forecasted here for Dubai, but luckily it's a lot better than that. Still a few clouds around, and also up over the Arabian Gulf there have been some rather large thunderstorms, so it is quite interesting weather here for this time of the year in Dubai. But luckily now for our landing it is quite alright. Oh, look at this, it's so stunning. One of the best sceneries. And also we should have a nice view on the airport already. Just down there, yeah, there it is already. Very cool. Yeah, as you can guess, we are going to land from the south. We are currently flying the v5.2 Charlie. Oh, I haven't set up the charts yet, sorry about that. Let's quickly do it together. So added clip for, no, that's Seattle, sorry. Dubai, added clip. So we're coming in on the v5.2 Charlie, which is 10-2 Juliet. There it is. And then we will have the ILS 30 left, like that. And then maybe the parking spots, which are on 10-9 Bravo. 10-9 Bravo, there it is. Okay, now we should have the charts. So, yeah, the VTAP 3 Charlie, which is the upper one here. So, yeah, now we are coming into Delta Bravo 530 already. So we're going to be on the long RNF transition, but when there's no traffic we can of course take an early right-hand turn and get onto the final approach, and then it will be pretty straightforward standard ILS runway 30 left. So that's fairly straightforward. And then down on the ground, so 30 left, which is this one, and then we plan to take a stand on concourse B, so maybe exiting like Kilo 9, Kilo 8, Kilo 6, something like that. That would be quite perfect, and I think the real world flight parked up somewhere down here, like Bravo 22, somewhere around there. So let's try to get this one as well. Righty, and now let's go flight level change. Yeah, we have passed all the altitude constraints, and now we want to get there as quickly as possible. The approach looks not entirely free. Let's check out what this guy is doing. He is, according to AI Companion, also landing 30 left. Okay, so we might need to get in line behind this guy. And then basically we can stay in VNAV. No need to descend too fast just now. Also some more traffic coming in. Let's see if we can squeeze in somewhere between there. We could be very fast now. I don't think this will work out. Okay, now he has disappeared for whatever reason. Interesting. And okay, let's finish the approach briefing. Altimeter set 09998, also indicating to a low pressure system. Which is kind of goes hand in hand with the bad weather. And yeah, let's check. Next up will be landing checklist. We're on auto brake 2, long runway, pretty standard. Final approach speed 137 on a flip 30 config, and that's what we will do. So that's interesting. For some reason he really has disappeared. Probably got deleted by AI Companion for whatever reason. Okay, so well, let's check the altitude. Down at Uldot we want to be 2000. No, we can be higher than 2000. Okay, so I think that's fine. We're 16 miles out. Yeah, let's turn final. And then also set flaps 5. This will help us a bit. Okay, so that's 4000. We are below the glide slope. That's quite perfect. And then let's go on a localizer intercept heading 270. And that's the localizer already coming in. I think I was a bit late on the turn, probably gonna overshoot this a touch. A little bit too far, but we will make up for that for sure. And there he is again. Okay, now he is in front of us, so let's slow down. I think it's okay. He's sort of 7 miles away. If we slow down properly now to, let's say, 160, and we should be good. then we'll need flaps 10 for that. Flaps 15, sorry, I always get confused with these different Boeing aircrafts. Okay, approach mode. Yeah, he's like 7-8 miles ahead, so that should work out. Okay, and that's the glide slope. Go around altitude will be 3000. We can quickly check the go around procedure in case we need to go around due to traffic. Climb direct Delta Bravo 707, which is just there, then on track 284 to ECNOT, hold at 3000. Okay, that's fairly straightforward. I think we can do that. Alright, so 8.5 miles out, nicely established on the ILS. It is a bit dusty, we can still see it, and now I'm just seeing, okay, he's on 30 right, so we are all good here. No traffic in front of us at all. Ah, that looks quite fancy. That looks really cool. Now where's Burj Khalifa? Ah, there it is. I think on the last couple of videos I said something like Burj Dubai or something like that, which was incorrect. And a friend of mine told me that I kind of used the wrong name for this building all the time, but yeah, there it is, Burj Khalifa. Okay, 6 miles, dropping the gear. And keep the flips coming. 20, 25, and full, and then again 137 plus 5 makes 142. Easy, okay. I guess. Landing checklist. Ooh, speed brakes. That's why it's always good to have a checklist. Right, but now my aircraft. Quite happy we have the parties here, since the runway is really hard to see. Ah, it's not loaded in correctly. That's why. But there it is now. Landing into Dubai is always so super cool with this FlyTampa scenery. Always makes for stunning approaches.
Approaching 30 left.
Ah, flight directors. I always forget to take them out once we are visual. Touch low according to the Pompies. Okay, back on profile. Yeah, now FPS are coming down just a little bit, but overall they are much better compared back to Seattle. Getting a little bit high.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Hey, flare. Keep it descending. Touchdown. Reverse. And decel, very nice. Okay, Okay, 70 knots. Manual braking, idle forward. Easy peasy. Okay, I think we can exit fairly early here. Let's see what this is. Kilo 8, okay. Perfect. Very quick clean up. And landing lights are coming off. And turn offs, taxis on, strobes off. APU, I think it's rather short taxi now. Okay, I think that's already our terminal up ahead. Looking at the taxi chart again. Okay, let's set up for Bravo 22 and take the inner one, which will be Whiskey. And I think that's this one already here. Bravo 22. Cool. Now it's a bit empty down here. I didn't change the traffic level compared to our departure, but for some reason there was much more traffic over at Seattle. Okay, Bravo 23, next one is ours. There's GSX waiting for us. Let's turn off those lights. And I'm also going to check the touchdown rate in just a second. Ooh, that was nice. Right, so according to Sim Toolkit Pro, touchdown rate was 147 feet per minute, and I think that's quite accurate. Felt about the same, and absolutely happy with this one. I think, there it comes. Okay. Shall we trust it? It already looks pretty far up front. I'm not sure if that's correct. Yeah, let's hold it here. I mean, for 2 feet doesn't make much of a difference. Okay, APU is running, killing engines 1 and 2. Block time 14:13. Once again, a very long flight. And then the fuel pump, seat belts, beacons, hydraulics. Looking good. And then let's ask for a deboarding. Okay, jetways are coming in. Shutdown checklist. Everything's set. Let's do the ground connections. Ground power, and then also do some doors. Disarm 1 and 2, and cargo forward after, like that. And we can release the parking brake. Primary, secondary, external power. Very nice. And so here we are, guys. Yeah, a little bit too far, and that's what it felt like. But still within the red line, so I think we are good here. And yeah, back there, there's some traffic. Egypt Air, Oman Air, I think FedEx, but fairly empty. Not a lot of traffic here at the moment, but we have a beautiful plane. And once again, it was very cool flying the 777. And yeah, I think it's just still one of the best planes we have in the sim, so it's really enjoyable to fly, very fun. And I'm happy with the landing as well. Very good landing. Weather was alright. And one last view at the city. And then that's that for the flight from Seattle to Dubai. Thank you very much, guys, for joining as always. And yeah, hope to see you next time as well. Take care. Bye bye.